What's going on, everybody? What's going on, man? It's your boy Derrick Casey coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. And man, I'm just getting off of knocking off out a Zoom call. Me and my business partner John. Super excited just to share information that is here to help so many people out, man. During this pandemic, there's so many people struggling, looking for answers, man. And I just have, I want to do my due diligence by being able to share this information. But tonight, this video is to talk to you guys from the heart, man, to really bring some things up, to really kind of push your buttons a little bit, to really start to wake up and look at where you are in your life and doing the things you need to do. So we're going to let Facebook do its thing, bring some people on, and then we're going to talk about this subject tonight. So if you coming on, say what's up. Let me know where you chiming in from, man. So I'm going to just be brief with this video because video, just the title itself pretty much speaks for itself. All right, so we're going to let Facebook do its thing. Bring them up. Let me grab my phone, see what's going on. Start me a watch party. You know what I'm saying? Hold up real quick. But I hope you guys are having a fantastic night. I couldn't even get that out. Bear with me one moment, all right? One moment. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay. Tag some people. All right, cool. So, guys, what I really want to talk to you guys about tonight, and this is something that I feel that we need to have these discussions. You either want to win and be successful or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Excuses are for the weak. There's no in between. I see a lot of people, and I used to be this person. I used to always have these great ideas, things that I wanted to do, wanted to achieve in life, the type of money I wanted to make, different things like that. But I found myself self-sabotaging my dreams, man, by coming up with all the different scenarios on why it wouldn't work, why I would lose money and different things. And I will always stop myself from going forward with my, going forward with any of the things that I wanted to do, right? And the one thing I learned and the one thing that people struggle with is holding themselves accountable for their failures. And the reason why I say that, guys, is because the only way for you to learn is from your failures. So by failing, that means that you actually have to take action. You have to go in and you have to go for it. If we all knew the outcomes of the decisions that we make in life, guys, none of us would be struggling financially. None of us would be living the lives that we are living right now if we all knew the outcomes, right? But we don't. And that's the beauty of life, is that you have to go out here and you have to try things. And the thing is that you have to be excited to fail, because when you fail, that means that you're actually doing something. But when you fail, you get a chance to learn from those mistakes so that way you can continue to grow. All right, let me give you for an example. When we was younger, we used to all have Nintendo, right? And one of our favorite games when it came out was Mario, right? Mario, Duck Hunt, all those games, right? So when you got Mario and you first pulled it out that package and you put it into your Nintendo, did you know exactly how to beat the entire game without dying? Absolutely not. You didn't know how to go through that game. So when you got started, you were excited. You were sitting there with the controller and you were like, and you were just going through. But when you first got started, you didn't realize that mushroom was going to drop on top of your head. You didn't know that. So boom, it hit you in the head and you died. When you died that first time, did you go and take that game out, throw it across the room and say, I can't do this, I'm finished, I'm not ever playing this game again? Absolutely not. You learned, right? You made a mistake. That mushroom killed you, put you back at the beginning of the game, but you learned something. So now when you go up, your first lesson is, okay, that mushroom's going to fall. He's going to fall in this place, so I need to give him enough room so that way I can jump on top of him, squish him, so that way I can keep moving along in this game, right? So then you got past that part. That's the exciting thing. Then you get up to the second part, and there's that big space in between that you got to jump over, right? You got to jump to the next side. So you running with Mario, you go to jump to the next side, you didn't catch enough speed, and you boom, 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 you fall down in the hole. You die for the second time. Guess what? Did you pull that game out and did you say, I can't do this. This game is stupid. I keep on dying. I'm just going to throw this game out. The hell with this game or whatever the case. Absolutely not. You did not. You went back to the beginning of the game. You learned two things. You made two mistakes and you had two learning experiences. So now the first time you go back, you know that mushroom is going to fall. So you're going to jump right on top of that mushroom and keep it moving, right? And now that you know you have to pick up speed so you can make it across that hole to the next side. And the reason why I'm explaining this to you guys is because there's going to be many times you're going to die in this Mario game and get sent back to the beginning. But every time you die, when you go back through, you get a step further, and a step further until you end up getting to the end of the game where you jump up and you jump on the flag and you pull the flag down and you complete that level. And I want you guys to have that mindset when it comes to building a business, right? Being successful. You have to be excited with making mistakes. You don't have all the answers when you get started. You have to figure things out along the way, which means just like in the game, you're going to die a few times. In your business, you are going to fail more times than you can imagine. But every time you fail, and you got to go back to the basics and you got to start over, guys, guess what? You learn something new every single time that gets you one step closer to your breakthrough. One step closer to your breakthrough. So every time you hit an obstacle and you're like, man, you hit this wall, you can't get past it, you go back to the basics. And then you keep on plugging away until you go. But the thing is that I never said during this time is that you don't quit. Just like in the Mario game, when you die multiple times to get to the end, you never threw that game out and said you couldn't do it. You got to do the same thing with your business. When you start failing in your business, when you're not seeing the results that you want, when you continue to fail over and over and over again, you have to go back to the basic and you have to go back to the beginning, draw up a new game plan, find out what's working, find out what's not. Why is this not working? And you got to take that information and you got to use it to help yourself grow. All right. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm not telling you how to be successful, but I'm telling you guys what I had to experience on my journey in this industry when I got started. I went from business to business. I failed over and over and over again. Sometimes I made money during the hype periods. Sometimes I didn't make money. Sometimes I got to the walls and I just fell out because I felt like maybe this was a hard business. Nobody wanted it. I had every excuse in the book. Every excuse in the book. But the one thing I never did was I never held myself accountable. I never went back to look what I was doing wrong, what I was doing, what I was not doing. I never took the time to see what was working and what was not working. Once it didn't work, I just quit. And that's what a lot of people do right now is when they hit that obstacle, when they fail, then they fall back. They stop plugging in. They stop putting in the work. They stop grinding. And when you take your foot off the gas pedal, that is when it's all over. It's all over. See, the thing is, guys, I know what it feels like. I remember years ago when I finally got an opportunity, I worked and I put my time and energy in and I started building. I was making more money online than I had ever made in my life. When I lost my job, guys, I was making enough money to keep my family afloat financially. I was free financially. And during that time, guys, I didn't understand what that meant. Man. I let my business go to shit. I started sitting back. I stopped putting in the work because it's like I made it, man. I'm free, so I don't got to put in no work. And I stopped grinding. I took my foot off the gas pedal. You know what happened? My business started to dwindle. And because I had so much pride inside, because I didn't want to have to go work a job or work for somebody else again, you know what I'm saying? I tried fighting through those moments and things kept getting worse financially. When that happened, guys, that caused a wedge in my marriage. Because I let my pride get in the way of me going out here and being a man and taking care of my family and doing what I had to do because I failed and I couldn't sit back and really sense that feeling I felt of failure, because I felt like going back to my job was one of those things that I was just like, I had to tuck my leg in between, tuck my tail between my legs and go back to a job I said I wasn't going to go back to. And it hurt. It hurt during that time. But I did what I had to do, you know what I'm saying? Because I failed. But what I didn't do was I didn't give up. I kept plugging away. I said, I know I can get it. because I've had this taste of freedom. I know what it feels like. Let me get back in the game. Let me keep plugging away. Let me do the things that I know work, and the things that didn't work, let me go out here and search for the answers that I need to help me overcome that hump that I keep hitting. And I got back into it, and I kept plugging away. And then all of a sudden, guys, because I kept that mindset, because I never gave up, and I just kept on going, even when I failed, even when I wasn't making money, and I stayed plugged in, and I was determined to be successful. You know what I'm saying? What I've gained from today, guys, is it was well worth every failure that I went through to get to this point today. It wasn't easy. I went through a lot of hell trying to get here. But man, now being here, this is the most exciting thing that has happened for me. And because now as me being a leader, I utilize those times as leverage to coach other people, to share this with people so they don't make the same mistakes that I did. They don't have to go through those things, because if I could save you from doing things that put me in them situations, guys, we can help fast track you to your success. Now, I don't claim to ever know everything, guys, because it's not the type of person I am. I'm always a student of the game. There's always some things to be learned, other skills that I could bring to the table. And that's what I do every day. I'm always studying. I'm always in the mix. I'm connecting with people. I'm taking notes. I'm trying to see what's out there so I can be a better leader to the people, so I can help you get where you need to go. But like I said, you either want to win or you don't. Okay, there's no in between. See, a lot of people say they want to win, but their actions don't match up. And that's what happened for me. I always talked about winning, what I was going to do, what I was going to invest in. And guess what? I talked myself right out of those things. I didn't give my all. But now, guys, the time is now. See, if this pandemic hasn't awakened you guys and got you to a point to realize that these jobs are not loyal to us, this government ain't loyal to us, the only way that we're going to be able to stand 10 toes down is getting out here and grinding for ourselves and our families. Simple as that. That's just facts. But I continue to grind, and I don't continue to grind for, the money and things like that. You know why I grind? I grind for my babies. And it's not even for the fact of, money for them, but to build a foundation to where they won't have to want or worry about anything when they get into the future. They're going to be able to do the things they want to do. I'm going to have them financially set so that they don't have to depend on a job. They don't have to depend on college if that's not for them. They can be able to get out here and create and be innovators in this new generation. Because, guys, I can tell you right now, we don't know what's going to happen for our babies. And if we're not setting the tone right now, if we're not making the decisions right now to set our babies up for success, we are setting them up for failure. And I'd be damned if I see my kids out here struggling in these streets, trying to make it happen. It's not happening. As long as God got breath in my body and I wake up every day, I'm going to grind every day for my babies. And if you're a parent, that's what you need to do. In the moments that you want to get up, you look your babies in the face. Look your babies in the face and remember why you got started in the first place. Because it's not just about you anymore. It's about them babies. And that's why I grind every day, not just for my babies, but for everybody that come across my videos, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you see me at. I put in the work and the time because I want to help people start preparing their babies for a better future. As parents, we always say we want to give our children a better life than we never had, right? This is your time to do it. This is your time to show your kids how to stand tall in the face of adversity, how to push yourself through, because they looking up to you. But every time you quit, you know what I'm saying? Every time you quit, you're teaching your kids that it's okay to quit when things get tough. See, we got to lead by example. Here's something that's crazy. I'm gonna tell you, kids are smart, very smart nowadays. You know your babies are smart. And we always tell our kids to do things, but then we don't. So I remember one day I was telling my kids, pick their shoes up off the floor. Pick them up. Put them where they're supposed to go. They was like, oh, well, Daddy, I'll pick them up. They was hemming and hawing about it or whatever. I said, pick them shoes up. My little guy comes in my room, sees my shoes sitting on the floor. You know what he said? Well, how come your shoes on the floor, Daddy? How come your shoes on the floor? So that to me, you know what I'm saying? Like that to me, like it opened my eyes, because we can't tell our kids or expect our kids to do something that we are not doing as parents. If we quit when things get hard, when your kids get in sports and sports get too hard for them and they quit, we can't be on their ass and say, oh, you can't be quitting, quitters never win and all this stuff. When your kids watching you quit every time something go wrong or get too hard in life, you just give up and throw in the towel. We can't do that as parents. We have to lead by example, and the time is now, because the decisions that you make today can impact or affect your children's future. And that's facts. Like I said, a lot of people don't want to come on here and hear this video, because this stems from back when we was kids. This is the reason why people don't want to listen. Because when we was kids, when our parents would tell us, don't touch the stove because it's hot, and we still went in there and we touched the stove, and then we burned ourselves, and then we cried about it and all this stuff, you couldn't get mad at your parents, because your parents tried to tell you, don't touch that stove, it's hot. Your parents tried to say, don't hang out with those kids, because those are bad kids. You're going to end up getting yourself in trouble. What do we do? Why do you got to tell me what to do? I already know. I know right from wrong, all of this stuff, right? You got to do what you want to do. And then you go out here and you hang out with them friends, and guess what happened? You go get in trouble. Can't get mad at your parents because they tried to tell you. So it's the same thing here, guys. I'm not your parent, but I'm sharing things with you that I've experienced, things that I've listened to, different stories and things that people go to. So when I bring this information to you guys, it's not to tell you how to live your life, okay? Because only you can determine that. But I'm trying to give you guys something that you can use as leverage to make better decisions for yourself, so you don't make the same mistakes. All right. But most people, when they say, oh, here go Derrick telling us what to do, who is he trying to tell us and all this stuff? That's okay, because I'm not here to do that. But you know what's going to happen? Just like when we was kids. Y'all going to bypass this video. Oh, Derrick just talking. I ain't got to listen to that mess. 6 months down the road, you going to still be hitting them same obstacles or whatever. And you going to come across another Derrick Casey video. And it's going to remind you that you should have paid attention 6 months ago when I was talking about these things. I'm telling you guys, this is the time. Your time is now. It's time to stop waiting around. It's time for us to stop hoping and wishing. It's time for us to stop window shopping in life, seeing everything that we want in life through the glass, but we're afraid to go get it. That's what we need to do. All right. So I just wanted to come on here real quick, man. I've just been fired up after this Zoom call, man, with my team. Crazy. Listen, if you guys want to know about this program that we're using to help people, guys, me and my business partner, we do Zoom calls every Tuesday and Thursday night. Every Tuesday, Thursday night, 9:25 Eastern, right? PM Eastern, and 8:25 Central Time. Guys, just hop on. The information is free. Information is free. We're not begging and pleading. We want you to see it. See it for yourself. If you see fit for you to get started, then let's help you get started. And let's help you start finding that success. If it's not for you, that's okay. We ain't mad. All right? No harm, no foul. We grown. You can say it's not for me, and that's cool. We move on. And I'm going to still be praying for you. But come check it out. Like I said, everything I do, man, I'm doing my due diligence to help people. Wake people up and put them in front of information that can truly take their life to a whole new level. All right? So I hope to see you guys there every Tuesday and Thursday, 9:25 p.m. Eastern, 8:25 Central. If you guys want to be on there, hit me up. I'll send you the details, and let's go. This Thursday, me and my business partner, John, we're going to be rocking the house again on a Zoom call. Invite your people. Tell them to come look at this information. When y'all see this, y'all going to be like, what? This is out here? I promise you that. So anyways, I just want to come share that with y'all. It's your boy, Derrick Casey, coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Everybody that hops on and hangs out and listens to this information, to the people who share this information, I appreciate you guys. Man, let's make it happen, because there's strength in numbers. If we start bringing people together and we start a movement, guys, we can go out here and impact these economies without having to wait around for the government to decide what's going to happen with us next, without having to wait for these jobs to decide what happens next. We can be in control of our own destiny. All right. And we can help each other get there. So with that being said, thank you so much. God bless. We're gonna talk to y'all soon. All right, peace.